Alright, so I saw another couple stories I want to do a video about. These are all from boundingintocomics.com. First one is about the Suicide Squad crashing in its second week at the box office. It had a very significant decline, which is, 71%. That's pretty much what most movies do. I mean, the article says it's a sharper decline than the first Suicide Squad movie, but it declined 67%. So 67, 71, I mean, it's not a huge difference. I mean, we are talking about large amounts of money, of course, but I mean, we're still talking. It's only a 4% difference. It's not, but it did only earn $7.4 million in its second weekend, which I mean is not good. Basically, I mean, right now it's earned a total of 42.6 million at the domestic box office and 75.4 million at the international, for a global total of 118. Then, as the article says, however, these numbers are nowhere near the film's production budget, which Variety reports, was $185 million. On top of that, they claim the film spent at least $100 million more on promotional efforts, which I believe, because that's, I mean, some movies spend as much as as it costs to make the movie in promotion, and some maybe a little less or whatever, but at least $100 million. It's I could easily see that. But anyway, talking about that, the film bombed at the box office, HBO Max chief Andy Forssell did claim the movie was the second most viewed film over an opening weekend on HBO Max since it began day-and-date releases with theaters. Which, I mean, that's good news. But it's, there's a variety of reasons why it hasn't done well at the box office. Yeah, because most movies suffer a 70% decline or whatever from the opening weekend. Although sometimes not, it depends. But anyway, and it's just, this Samba TV says 363,000 U.S. households understood the assignment and watched the Suicide Squad on Thursday, the night of its special preview release on HBO Max. Blah, 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 and it goes on. They went on to report that 2.8 million U.S. households watched the film during its first week. And it's like, if that's true, I mean, that's great. That's great news for them. They reported that 2.4 million tuned into the Tomorrow War. So, I mean, if you're talking 2.8 million watched the Suicide Squad, that's pretty damn good. But it's like, it's that money. The money hasn't come through. It also says 3.8 million streamed Mortal Kombat, which is freaking crazy if it's true, because that's a hell of a lot. Anyway, Suicide Squad hasn't done well at the box office. I think one of the reasons is because James Gunn got all these fucking goober loser, characters in there, Polka Dot Man and bullshit like that. It's like, come on, dude, you're not going to get casual fans wanting to watch a movie when you got fucking Polka Dot Man and bullshit like that. The guy would rip his arms off or what the hell ever. Anyway, I'll move on. Next one is Kevin Feige confirms Riri Williams to appear in Black Panther 2. Riri Williams is the Iron Man clone or whatever. She's like the Black Iron Man, although she's some super smart teenage inventor. And I imagine they'll do the same thing that they did with Tony, where he's a genius, but then he gets so much smarter as the more they show him, and all of a sudden he solves time travel and all this kind of shit and everything. Which whatever. The thing that I find kind of stupid is like Riri Williams is black. So you got to have her in the black movie. You got to associate her with Black Panther at some point. Like, well, what the hell is that? I understand that they got to do something because of the unfortunate death of Chadwick Boseman, but it's like, just because Riri's black doesn't mean you have to throw her in there. But maybe they'll tie her in somehow. I don't know, but whatever. And they're talking about shooting this week before her Ironheart series, which is on Disney Plus. And of course, they gotta tie them together. Like I said, she was first introduced in Invincible Iron Man #7, was created by Brian Michael Bendis and Mike Deodato. Well, you know it's Bendis right away, because look at all these damn words here in these panels, and it's like that's a Bendis special right there. Just mountains and mountains of dialogue and stuff. And it's like, But here's a little more. and on and on. It doesn't really, whatever. Um, you know, it's the kind of thing where it's like I'm not a big fan of Riri, but uh, it's mainly just the way that they portray her. Like, oh, she's a super genius, and like she's gonna, she's very precocious. It reminds me of like those sitcom kids that would be like little toddlers, but acting like grown adults. Anyway, whatever. Moving on. The third one is an alleged photo leak reveals Moon Knight's live action look. This Oscar Isaac is going to be playing Moon Knight in a Disney Plus series. Here's from the comic and stuff. Now, see, I actually think this is pretty cool looking myself. I don't know. I don't know if this is legit or if it's true or not. It's from who's tweeting it? Marvel Hub at Marvel News Hub. Sources are still iffy. Stand by. So I don't know. Hell, by the time this video's up, they may have said no, it's not true. If this is true, I like this. It looks pretty cool. I mean, you could say it's not white enough because it looks very grayish, but my initial thing is I want to wait. I don't know. I mean, it depends on how they do it and stuff. It's because the series could be good because Oscar Isaac's a good actor. He's a really good actor. So maybe this will be cool. Maybe not. It's hard to say. You kind of hope so because like it's all about expectations. I got low expectations for all these Disney Plus series, all these movies, all that stuff. So with these low expectations, this looks kind of cool to me. I don't know about anybody else. Let me know what you think. I'll wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.